Hey guys, so this is day 6. Um, I feel like right now I'm going through like the 5 stages of grief all at once. Like I feel sad, but I feel angry, but I feel like I'm accepting. Yesterday I made a video about letting go of something. And at the moment, I feel like it was about something in particular, but I feel like I've come to the realization I was letting go of. What is she doing? I was letting go of like my old self. Like I'm ready to let it go. And today I realized a lot too when I was angry. I still am angry, but I've calmed down some. But I originally wanted to talk about intrusive thoughts in this video, but then my mind was spinning and I was thinking about this and that and this and that and this and that. I have always looked at having intrusive thoughts as being like this negative thing, and it is a negative thing. But I also feel like I didn't used to have these thoughts. I think it is my surroundings that cause these. So, particularly with guys, like, it's the lack of communication that makes me have intrusive thoughts. And then I let my head spin it and spin it and spin it. And I don't do enough to stop it from when it's spinning. But also at the same time, the root of the intrusive thoughts is this person not putting in the communication that they should. It all comes down to that. And like a lot of times people get told like, oh, like you're too much, you're doing too much, you need to calm down. But it's like, you're not being a man if you're not communicating. You're not, I should not feel intrusive thoughts because you're not communicating. That's a you problem because you're not communicating. And it's not about letting somebody know every little detail about your life. That is not what I mean. I'm talking about basic communication. Basic. And I also just realized also that I've always had 2 scenarios happen. And I see these TikToks all the time where it's like, don't chase a man, have him chase you. But I don't think either of them is correct. So I've had instances where I chased a man, and then I've had instances where a man chased me, and I didn't like either one. I don't like how the chasing makes me feel because I feel like it drives them away, and it makes me feel worse. And then those intrusive thoughts come back out. And then I also don't like when a man like chases me. Like I feel like it should be 50-50. Like neither of us should be chasing anything. It's just about consistency and effort. Like there should just be consistency and effort from both people, and there wouldn't be any chasing or any lack of communication. You would just both be putting in what you're supposed to be putting in. Like I don't feel like it's rocket science. But I saw these TikToks, and I see a lot of things on TikTok, I guess. But I saw these TikToks, and I saw like 3 of them that had a similar message that popped up. And it was like, you need to use the 3 strikes you're out rule, because a lot of times we see red flags and we avoid them because we have these intrusive thoughts. And then sometimes intrusive thoughts are actually trying to make sense of something. So a lot of times I don't want to believe something, so I ignore it, or I come up with another scenario that makes more sense, that feeds into what I want the scenario to mean. But I need to stop doing that, and just whatever you're showing me is what you're showing me. And if you're not giving the effort that is supposed to happen, then bye. Like I'm not playing games at this point. Like if you watched my first video, you know what my goals are. I do want to get married. I do want to have kids. Like I want to be happy in a relationship, but I'm not going to force it. I'm going to put in my adequate effort that you're supposed to give, but I'm not going to force anything. And neither should a guy force anything with me either. If I like you, I'm gonna go all in. And if it's too much for you, then bye. Like, I'm 25, turning 26. Like, if you're around the same age as me and you are still having these issues where, like, you can't put in effort and you're afraid of commitment and whatever, like, I'm sorry, but, like, that's not my problem to deal with. That's a problem that you need to go to, like, therapy and figure out. Because you're a grown man at this point, and still acting like that is not okay. It's one thing if you are like, you don't want something, so you're not actively looking for anything. That's different. But there are so many men who get on dating apps, who get on like go out with girls and stuff like that with the full intention that they have no intentions of dating that person or dating anyone. If you don't want to date anyone, then you need to work on yourself and don't get other people involved in you, because you know that if you were actively putting in something with someone, they're gonna fall for you. You know that. And if you're not willing to put in the effort and commit to something long term, unless that person agrees that they don't want to be long term, like unless you both agree that you want something short term, something in the moment. But if that other person has actively said that they want a relationship or whatever, then leave them alone. Like, it makes no sense why you will continue to do that. You're being selfish. You're thinking about how you want your needs met, but at the end of the day, you're gonna abandon the other person's needs. And it's like, if you really cared about that person, why would you do that to them? So at this point, I'm just gonna do the 3 strikes you're out rule. Like, if you're not showing the same consistency that I am, and I know I always will. Like, if I like someone, I will put in the effort, time, and commitment that it takes to build something. I will always do that. Always. I know some people are at this point where they like don't. They're at this point where they don't. I lost my train of thought. I don't know what I was saying. But anyways, people just need to be more consistent. And if you're not willing to put in that effort, then don't get involved in something. I don't even know what to name this video because it was all over the place, but I feel like I needed to get my emotions out. And I feel like all this realization here is me letting go of my old self. I always gave people the benefit of the doubt, but I'm letting go of that, and I'm becoming a new me. And that's what I think the letting go yesterday was about. I didn't know it at the moment, but I realized it today. I'm letting go of me and becoming this new person.